What's up, Miniatures Paintbrush Legion, and welcome to another episode of Warhammer Hoarders. I don't know what to call it here. Let's get on to it. Alright, so we've all been there. I mean, you got the shiny new model, you gotta get it during when it's limited time FOMO has got you in the grips, and you just get that purchase. But you look at your other minis at home and you're like, should I have bought that? I wonder. And it keeps happening like that. I mean, again, we've all been there. So let's take a look at my pile of shame, and hopefully it'll make you feel better. Now, this is the only AOS side of things. I did do a 40K side of this previous couple of videos ago. So let's get down to the table. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so sometimes we collect a little bit too much. This is my second part of the series. The last one was all about 40K. This time it's going to be Age of Sigmar mixed in with, I mean, the terrain is still 40K because I'm a terrainaholic, and that's one thing. Ever since I got my 3D printer, I have been non-stop printing things out for my D&D campaign, and my players really do appreciate all that I print out for them and paint for them. And I've been painting and printing out quite a bit. But I digress. You're here to see my incredible, crazy collection of miniatures, which is the pile of potential that I would like to build and paint for the channel and bring to you in up and coming videos. Alright, so without further ado and or preamble, I am going to adjust myself here and get ready for the storm that's going to occur right now. Okay, we're going to start off with some terrain, and boy oh boy is this a big one. So essentially this is 3 kits into one. It's the Imperial sector. Quite a bit of stuff in here, and it is hefty. I think that I'm going to do all my terrain together. So this is really neat. I really love it, and I saw this video on Vintrentual on how to easily do terrain, and I really love the results that he actually had. So I think that I'm going to take it there. I'm going to add that to it. And of course, let's continue with the Basilicanum. This is a one-piece one, and this is really cool because I've always wanted that arch, you know. I never did get it. This is still in the plastic. This sucker is absolutely huge. You can see how big this thing is. It's crazy, but also Sector Imperialis. Okay, I know you came here for AOS, but just bear with me on this one little thing, okay? And then for the Sector Imperialis, I do have the Sanctum here, one piece right there. This ironically has the arch, but the arch itself is blocked off. If you can see that right there, the arch itself is blocked off, and it has these pillars that has these really great kind of swords. And yeah, it's just really cool. Huge piece. So let's get through. Okay, I think that's the only 40K stuff that we have here. All right, let's get into terrain, but let's get into the Age of Sigmar stuff. This is a Time-Worn Ruins. You see over there, scattered terrain, and it had what really intrigued me about this is that there's a likeness of Sigmar. I don't know what he would look like. So there on the statue, you had the likeness of Sigmar and what he looks like and how he's portrayed. So I think this is a really cool kit that I am definitely going to enjoy painting up. In the end, I'm going to go through, you know, and show the table as a wide shot as I fill it up. Okay, Baleful Realm Gates. This was too iconic for me not to get. And again, I'm going to do all my terrain together. When I build terrain, it's an entire table's worth. I never just build one piece of terrain and call it a day. I like to fill up an entire table, and that's how I roll. So there's the Baleful Realm Gates, iconic. Oh, more heavy stuff over here. Heavy lifting. All right, so over here we have the Desolated Township. The Desolated Township has a Hollow Tomb, Tried Armory, Soulstone. We have a Trove, Arcane Glory, a Realm Vault Key, a Realm's Ransom. Oh, nice! This treasure, I can use that for D&D. An Iconoclast Axe that's buried into some stonework there. So what we have here, as you can see there, it's quite a bit of terrain. I think this, like the Desolated Rooms, about 3 pieces of terrain, similar to the Sanctum Imperialis. A lot of terrain there, and interesting. Again, all bought before I got a 3D printer, but you know, it's pretty cool to have an entire set of Games Workshop terrain. All right, next over here we have the Extruding Storm Vault. So it has another image of the Storm Father there, Sigmar, and I just thought really cool because it had like these 2 griffins just protecting, and some iconography over here, which is really cool. And it's really a beautiful piece. This is a huge chunky box, so, and it's a huge realm piece and a statement piece for any table, for any wargaming table. And then finally with the terrain, I'm going to pick some stuff over here. Sorry, I keep on bending over. There's nowhere else to really put this. In fact, I have this circling around the entire table. Not just terrain. Okay, so next up, the Azerite Townscape, to go with the Azerite Ruins. So you get an entire table of Azerite settings. So these are 3 more bits, smaller bits than the other Azerite Township, but as you can see there, it just really does encircle like 1 building and maybe an outcropping on the side. So pretty cool stuff. Okay, next up, if anybody knows me and knows the channel, they know I have a Flesh Eater Court army, so I was a sucker when Flesh Eater Courts came out with their army set, and I bought it when it came out. It was absolutely insane and crazy, and actually this is actually upside down, which is driving my OCD crazy. Ooh, look at that. Oh, this is Warhammer. Womp womp. All right, so turning that around. Ooh, it makes funky noises. But I haven't built any of the miniatures here. I'm really happy that they came out of Vargeist Courtier, although it should have wings. I don't know why it wouldn't have wings, and it looks kind of weird, but you know what? It's a plastic, and it's such an improvement over the last one, which had wings. I don't get it. So there's that. Okay, so we're gonna put that over to the side over there. We'll just like try to stretch it over to the side there. And next thing that I had to get was Ulceron himself, because, you know, having the army, having the Mortarch of Delusion was absolutely necessary for me to have. And I know Alexandro Gabi, he did a wonderful job at painting Ulceron. It was actually almost intimidating because it was gorgeous. It's gorgeous. He shared with me with the paints that he used for that. Now I just need to practice and get the skill. But he has delightful piece. Overexcited, really excited about getting Ulceron and finishing and rounding off the Flesh Eater Courts. Now, Flesh Eater Courts is funny because my wife actually loves the Flesh Eater Courts and has commandeered that army. Which is totally funny for me. Okay, so next up, my contingent of Stormcast Eternals. Now, that's controversial because some of the Stormcast Eternals actually hit the chopping block not too long ago, and they came out with a new set of the old miniatures, like a range refresh that nobody asked for. I just got to be honest, nobody asked for that range refresh, and invalidated a lot of miniatures that I have, but they're still high quality miniatures. I still have a lot to learn with them, and what it does is it frees me up to be more creative with the pieces that I got. Here is Neve Black Talon, the original Neve Black Talon, not the new one that came out, although I do have that, but it doesn't have a box. In fact, my stuff that doesn't have a box, I put it in a larger box, and that's just my stuff on Sprue that I bought on eBay finds, and I do have the new Neve Black Talon. I had to get the new Neve Black Talon. Now, some people actually converted this Neve Black Talon to be the one that, well, for the Space Wolves, so it could be a Valkyrie, which is an interesting concept because it's wielding 2 axes. It would be cool if there were some, I'm going to say heresy here, there were some female Space Marines, because I wouldn't mind it. Personally, from an artist's standpoint, not from canon, not from lore or anything like that. Alright, so next up, let's get into the Endless Spells for the Stormcast Eternals. And the Endless Spells are really cool because I can use them for D&D to manifest and put them, one of these spells, onto the table, and now my players have to deal with an arcane mess coming at them. And they have to kill the sorcerer, I guess, to end this spell. So it really comes from a creative standpoint on how to eliminate a threat. And they're not actually kill the sorcerer. They might just, you know, convince them that, you know, fighting them would be a bad idea. So that's all that needs to happen there. All right, so over here, Paladins. One of the units I believe that got nixed, you can build them as Decimators or Retributors. Either way, you do have this Star Mace that you kind of want to have. And I think I have another miniature with a Star Mace as well that I bought independently, although it was axes chopped up and it was converted to be a Star Mace, not an original Star Mace. So I don't know what to do with that, but I could really use these miniatures to really push my painting ability and do some creative things with it, you know, even though it may or may not be valid for an army today. I could still get some of the older rules and possibly play a different version of AOS, you know, especially amongst friends. I don't do the competitive scene. But I haven't really been keeping up with AOS. It's getting quite expensive. And that's a laugh. With all the things that I buy, you would think that, you know, money is not an issue. It's not an issue, actually. I never buy so much that it actually affects me paying bills or saving money or doing other things. It's just discretionary money. And what I choose to do with my money is my sole business. And what brings me joy is having these models, knowing that I can always just pluck something from my closet and do a project and create a video and produce it for YouTube. And it doesn't hurt that I got these before the price hikes, so I can essentially triple my investment in all this stuff. So, I mean, maybe not the canceled, I don't know, I saw like this one here, the Lord Arcanum, is definitely canceled miniature. It's a shame because I think the Dracolith things look pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to paint it up. It's going to be fun. I'm going to put a tutorial up. So if you do have this miniature and want to paint it up, you can. And if I have any chance to do some freehanding, this will definitely help me do that. But pushing things like scales and learning how to do those, that could be fun. Next, another model that's canceled with the Evocators, or Evocators, however you want to say it. You do have a Lord Arcanum in there as well that you can make and build. It's a pretty cool kit. And again, I do like the Dracoliths. In worst case scenario, I can use them for my D&D campaign, which is not a bad deal. Having this kit for D&D, pretty cool. Throw that at a character, see what they can do about that. Heavy hitters, right? All right, so next up, I had to get this. I don't know if this is invalid or not, but it's the Celestine Prime. Not much to look at right there. But I always felt bad that I never got it, even though I had a lot of Stormcast Eternal, that I never got the Celestin Prime. And the same goes for the next model that I have here, which is the Lord Celestin on a Star Drake. Yep, that was the big mama jamma, and since I'm playing a dragon campaign in my D&D campaign, this guy is definitely going to make an appearance, as you can see there. You can actually model this as a Drakesworn Templar, and there's a picture on the back for that as well. Still in the plastic. Still in the plastic. Sometimes I question my choices, but you know, here it is. Okay, so Stormcast Turtle, time for some big boxes here. Here is, and I don't know if these are still valid or not, but it's a Stormcast Eternal Vanguard Brotherhood. We do have the Vanguard Hunters and the Lord Aquilar. You have a Vanguard Raptors. And I think the Lord Aquilar is no longer valid simply because the Vermintide came with, I believe it's a Lord Aquilar. So I don't know. But I always thought this was kind of cool, the Vanguard Raptors. I like the birds that they have in here. And then you have the Vanguard Paladors, which are, again, like the Evocators, some riding people. But they have spears a chucking, and the Griffhounds are always cute. So there it is. On the back, so you can see that as well. Stormcast Eternal Vanguard Brotherhood. I'm going to put that on the side over here. Maybe I should put it on top over here and keep all the Stormcast together. But I do have a lot of starter boxes that have Stormcast, so yeah, that kind of adds to it as well. All right, so next up, digging deep. All right, it's another Battle Force from the Stormcast Eternals, and this is the Exorcism Soul Strike. This was completely chopped in a chopping block. But again, we have more evocators, or evocators, however you want to say. So we have sequitors. We have evocators on Celestial Dracolines. That's what they're called, Celestial Dracolines. We have a Knight Incantor, which is fun because I have a Knight Incantor for my Warhammer Underworlds, so I have an alternate sculpt with that, so that's pretty interesting. And then a Lord Exorcist, which is kind of cool too. Again, it's not going to be wasted. It's going to go for my D&D pile. It's going to be awesome adventures. I like to spoil the people who play in my campaigns. I do like to spoil them. I'll give you a look at the back right there. It's quite a bit of stuff. All right, so moving right along, I think we're going to get into a different faction here. Slaves to Darkness. Now, admittedly, a lot of the factions that I have are not very large. There are certain ones that are large, but this one is not. But look, it's a Start Collecting box. Ooh, remember the days of Start Collecting, Slave to Darkness. Now, this has a Chaos Lord on Kardrak. We have the new Chaos Warriors replacing the old static ones. They're more dynamic, which I think I'm going to have a lot of fun painting that. Chaos Knights as well. And you may ask yourself, why did I start getting into Slaves of Darkness? Well, because I went to a Nova Open about, I don't know, it could have been like 4 or 5 years ago. And I was with a couple of my buddies, and they had actually inspired me to go ahead and pick up Archeon. And here he is in all his glory, and I was, always thinking I was going to paint him as an art piece, and pretty much that's it. Display model. It's been in the Nova Open and other competitions to death. Like, it's been a while. A lot of people have renditions of them. So I'll probably get to enter it as well in the Nova Open. I know it's been a while, but it's Archeon. So I wanted to fill that out with just a couple of his minions in case I wanted to play like a 1,000-point battle or something like that. I don't know if I have that much, but I do have some other things. So this is Chaos Unbound, Unbroken. It's all the Chaos Gods together. So I wanted to add some demons to this force. So of course, that's what I did. I picked up the Bloodthirster to go along with Archaon right there, right? And I'm just going to filter these through. So this is all for Archaon because he's the main centerpiece of the army. So I had to get him, right? But there's also Be'lakor, which I needed to get as well because he can also lead the army. Chaos Undivided, that's what it is, Chaos Undivided. So I wanted to have a very demon-heavy list in here that I can take. Now, I do have other demons, other factions that are more filled out in my collection. However, you know, like Nurgle, Papa Nurgle, we have a couple of really big demons for there as well. And so, but I have so much of that army that I can base them as that army, and I could always throw in a couple of great unclean ones to the heavy hitters, and that's what I'm going to call this group, the heavy hitters. I wonder how many big units I could fit into this thing, and it might be more points than just the foot sloggers or anything like that. I don't even know if I'd be able to hold objectives. This is just coming in at you, see if you can deal with the heavy hitters, only because I want to have fun. And there's, of course, with the Bloodthirster, there's a couple of other sculpts. I'm going to turn Archaon in the backs in case you haven't seen that. And I'll show you the Bloodthirster over here before I put it onto the side. But we're not done. We're not done. Of course, Archaon is thebomb.com. Yes, I'm that old. Okay. I don't know if I show you the Slave of Darkness back too. But there it is. I'm going to put all this over to the side here, and hopefully I have some more demons to show you for that army. Let's see what I got here. Oh, of course, a Keeper of Secrets, right? You got to have that. Or I can do Shalaxi Hellbane. I don't know. I'll still count her as a Keeper of Secrets. But I think I like the Keeper of Secrets better. Like, I like this style better than the named character. And that's odd for me because usually I would just build a named character. That would be it for me. That would be the bee's knees. But there's something about the Keeper of Secrets on the front that she seems contemplative. Like, really thinking about something, contemplating something. And I like that. I like that. I want to paint that emotion of consonant thought into my miniatures. So those are all projects for the Nova Open that I'm going to bring. So all the big models, I'm going to do that. And a couple more Slaves to Darkness. Now, I don't know if I can field the Dark Oath in a Slave of Darkness army. If you know, please put in the comments below. But I have two Warhammer commemorative series. I have Tolgar the Split Eye. He was okay. When I picked him up, I was like, you know, it is what it is, right? And then Holga Clovehorn, which was interesting because he actually has horns coming out of her skull. So a little bit possessed right there. A little bit possessed. A lot of fun. I'll show you that as well. All right, pretty cool, right? So far, so good. So let's get something big when it comes to that. And again, I really hope that I can field the Dark Oath into there, the army set. I don't know, the Codex should be in this. This is the army set, right? So Codex should be in here, and it's still in here. I don't know when I'm going to get to this, but you know, it is what it is. It looks like a whole bunch of fun to paint, and it has a whole bunch of really cool characters. So I really hope I can take some Dark Oath with my demons. These are my foot sloggers, while those are my heavy hitters. So I mean, I guess my Slaves to Darkness army is pretty good. But again, I want to make sure I have even more. This is the Wartide of Eternus, and this is a really cool box set, Christmas box set that I picked up. Battle Force, so good. So you have the Chaos Warriors again, right? Dynamic poses and stuff like that, pretty cool. But you also have the Chaos Chosen, which Honestly, they look a little more ornate, a little less capey, a little more just armor, which is pretty cool. Specialized, I suppose. There's this one dude that looks pretty good with an axe. But here's the thing, I have the Chaos Knights. I love that. I love the Chaos Knights. I do have some Chaos Knights with the Start Collecting, I believe, as well. And then we have the Ogre's Therodons. I think I said that right. Not bad, right? So yeah, Ogrid is pretty cool, pretty nasty. I'm looking forward to that. The last Ogre I actually painted was for a Blood Bowl team. It was a custom team that I made for a friend. And then, of course, you have Eternus, the Blade of the First Prince, right there. He's pretty big, bad, and bold, and I do like that. Again, some more foot sloggers for my Archaeon and all the big heavy hitters for the Slaves of Darkness or Chaos Undivided. That's a pretty hefty thing for something I didn't think I had a lot of. All right. So now I'm gonna have to pause the video so I can get all the Papa Nurgle stuff. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I came back. The magic of video editing. I am back. Alright, so let's see what we have here. I don't know why I have this. I'm just going to show this. This is a sewer base that I got from Malifaux. Actually, a gift from one of the gaming stores that gave me that. I'm probably going to use it because not a lot of people remember this base. I think I'm going to use it for competition for single miniature and blow people's minds when I come out with this. I think that's going to be a thing because you really can't get it anymore. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Possibly, this is why it was in there, because we're talking about Papa Nurgle and there are some tentacles growing out of this thing and it looks pretty gross. So I think that's what's going to go for one of my units. I just have to paint them well. All right, so a Warhammer Underworlds warband comes into effect here. We're going to start off with that. And this is Grandfather's Gardeneers. And it has the new way to play the Underworlds, starting with Emberguard, which I don't know. I just like the models. I think they were really, really super cool. I'll show you the front and the back. So I don't know where I'm going with that. I did download the rules. They are for free, and you can get them online. Just download the PDF, which is really good that Games Workshop started doing those kinds of incentives, because their policies, sorry about that, their policies kind of stunk when it came to that stuff, and now they're getting a lot better with communicating. Just had to make some room for the Nurgle stuff. All right, so we're going to start off with that right there, right, and then we're going to start with some Feculent Narmal, which is terrain technically, but you know, it has its uses on the battlefield. I think you can summon more infantry or chaff unit or something like that. I'm not sure how it works because I've never played it. I just buy the boxes. Actually, I liked it so much I got it twice, so I should have had 3 because that's Nurgle's number, but you know, I don't like a lot of things being samey. Who knows, maybe if I really get competitive with it, I'll get 3, but you know, I'm not competitive. I did the Nova Open narrative for Age of Sigmar, which is fun, but I don't have the new Age of Sigmar, so, you know, I mean, I do have the Skaven type, but I don't have all the codices. Okay, so this is the Beast of Nurgle, which is a lot of fun. He's like a puppy dog who likes to give you a hug. He also kills you in the process, but he didn't know he killed you. He just had no idea. He was just walking around like a puppy dog. Pretty expensive model for what it is, but I mean, hey, there it is. Okay. All right, let's get to the Dawnbringers. I like the Dawnbringers because, yes, Maggotkin of Nurgle, yes. So we have the Putrid Blight Kings, which is a very versatile kit. You can build quite a few different variants with that kit, which is good because I have quite a...
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Alrighty, I'm just gonna move on over here. Alright, so the video stopped, so I wasn't sure exactly when the video stopped, just to let you know that we had the Dawnbringers box set, which is really cool, and that's the Death Dealer, of course it is, and I showed 2 boxes over here of the Daemons of Nurgles. I didn't realize that I actually have a 3rd box over here. No, those are Demons of Nurgle. This is Maggotkin of Nurgle, so a little different there. So we have the Maggotkin of Nurgle boxes. This has Pastoral Blight Lords. I said I had, like in the Dawnbringers box set, that I'd have that as well. And the Putrid Blight Kings, of course, there's more, and the Lord of Blights, which is pretty awesome right there. And I like this box set so much that I got 2 of these as well. So we got quite a few boxes of Nurgle to get through. I think maybe I should start that army, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm quite smitten with the first company right now. I don't know. But I also would like to do an Age of Sigmar army. I don't know if I should finish up my my Stormcast, or should I just go for Nurgles? Who knows? Should I do Skaven? There's so many other things to do. Alright, I have this box, which, why did that pop open? I guess in the move. It's a Nurgle Rotbringer Maggot Lord. Okay, nothing real interesting about this box, but it is a Maggot Lord because I had to have something that spewed mucus and stuff like that. Alright, time for more Daemons of Nurgle, which can go to my Chaos Undivided as well. It's a Great Unclean one, and of course you have Rotigus. So one of these is going to be Rotigus, and another one's going to be just a plain old Great Unclean one. And there's nothing really plain about it, but I think it's really, really cool. I might magnetize one of these, so it could have, one would be definitely Rotigus, while the other one could be, I could switch out between the bell and the knife and the sword, but I really do like the look of the sword better, so there's that as well. So again, could be part of Slaves to Darkness, or it could be part of Nurgle. Okay, so going through this, we have the Glotkin, which I hesitated a long time before I got this one, and then I saw the Nova open, the narrative Nova open, and it looked so cool, and I got to learn the story behind 3 brothers. There they are. So I really had to pick that up. I thought that was a really neat story, and I wanted to pick that up. Okay, so, and I think this rounds it off. This is it. So we have the Girdle Pulp Skull Invidian Plague Host, and this was from the Broken Realms set. He has 22 miniatures. What it has is Slippity Bow Piper and the Pox Scrivener in this box set, and then of course you have the Plague, the Infantry Chaff. So there it is. So 2 characters and Infantry Chaff, so just for the foot slogging potential of that. Okay, so there's that right there. So let's go on through, and I'm trying to go through as quickly as possible. The store gave me some random Skaven miniature, which I'm going to paint up, so there's that. Yes, that's right, we have achieved Skaven. So I'm going to start packing that onto the list. I'm trying to make some room here. Okay, good. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Skaven over here. We have the Vermin Lord Corruptor. And I like this one so much because there's so many variants to it, but I kind of only like 2 variants to it because it looks cool. So I got 2 of these right there, so that should be fun. And you can see all the variants on the back of the box. I'll show you this one over here. So it's pretty cool. All right, I'm just gonna stack this on top of here because stacking is cool. Okay. So next up, obviously this box has 2 things to it. This is gonna add to my Sylvaneth army. Oh no, no. Did I do that? Wait a second, I'm confused. Oh yeah, no, there's mice in here, so that's why I brought this out. So yeah, so this started off with the Lady of Vines, really showcased that miniature. And I have a lot of Spirit of Do-Through. I do have a lot of those. So, I don't know. Echoes of Doom, Vengeful Tree Spirit Strike Back at the Verminous Empire. And these are the old sculpts for the Skaven, which I'm still cool with, because I'm going to definitely paint those up and have a good time with it. Okay. Goodness, that scared me. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. So, and next up with the Verminous Host, which is quite a bit, a little plague. So you have the Plague Monks as well as Clan Rats. Again, older sculpts, but that's new to me. Like, I have never painted these, so I'm going to start painting some of these as well. So that's fun. Next up, I have the Skaven Tide box set, which looks pretty cool. And yeah, there's a Lord Aquilar right there. I think it's Lord Vigilant, they call it. But I wonder if the Aquilar is still a thing now that the Vigilant is here. I don't know, it's getting hard to keep up, to be honest. And, but that's okay. That's okay. I like to paint the miniatures, so that's my enjoyment of this. I'm going to try to get this over here. I'm going to have to reorganize this whole thing. Okay, so now that we've talked about Sylvaneth, let's get into it. So we start off with the Drutani Arch Revenant right there. I think that leader was really cool, so I wanted to pick that up. And I have another Lady of Vines, which I don't know if I can take 2 of them. And if I can't, I can either sell this one or commission paint it. That would be fine. Either way. Next up, we have Warsong Revenant. Warsong Revenant is pretty cool. A little expensive, but the kit was just so amazing. I had to pick it up. I don't know. All right, next up, I have Alariel, the Every Queen, of course. Another thing that I'll paint up for the Nova Open. I have quite a few entries that I want to really get into and really try to perfect styles with and bring to the Nova Open and see if I can get to the next level. Alariel is pretty awesome. There's the back of the box. I'll show you that right there. So, you know, it's uncanny that I show Nurgle, the bringer of his version of light, and then the version of life from Alariel as contrasting figures for the same ideal. All right, this is a pretty good one. And the Lord of the Hunt, I think it is. Belanthos, the Firstborn of Carnoth, the Carnoth Hunter, and he used to be a guy, I think it was, and they turned him into a Carnoth Hunter. Of course, we have the Carnoth Hunters and the Revenant Seekers, which is pretty cool too. So, yeah, painting bugs, that's pretty cool. That's going to be really cool. Next up, we have the Gossamed Archers, which is really cool because I never knew that the backs were actually like little bugs that attached to them. Who knew, right? They're little bugs that kind of attach to their backs, and that's why they can fly. Very, very cool thing that you have over there. Pretty awesome. All right. start collecting Sylvaneth. Let's go. The OG. I remember when these box sets were $70. And now it's like $170. So it's a big difference right here. Who knows? Maybe I'll sell the whole collection and make a lot of money. All right, so you have the Brandy Witch and Dryads and Tree Lords. Lots of Tree Lords. I have so many Tree Lords, which is fun. So painting up some trees. Let's go. Alrighty, so next up we have the Revenant Wargrove. Yes, the Revenant Wargroves, where we have some more Dryads, some more spirits of Darthru and Tree Lords and all kinds of things. And then we have the Dryad Hamadreth, which has the worst thing possible, like beehives and stuff crawling out of the skin. I hate that imagery. All right, and last up for the Sylvaneth. Wait, there's more. There's a Battle Force box, another one. That was Revenant Wargrove, and we have another Revenant Wargrove. So I liked it so much, I bought it twice. That's a lot of Dryads, but that's okay. I mean, it's going to be a complete army, right? So there's that. All right, so I am back. I cleared out some room so I could put up more miniatures, and we're going to start with the Feast of Bones. So I was excited to pick this up, simply because I really do like the Gutbusters, I don't know what they're actually called, the Beastclaw Raiders, you can call them. In any case, the Hungry Boys versus the Osark Bone Reapers. I don't have a lot of Osark Bone Reapers, so I consider this to be my entry point to the Osark Bone Reapers, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool faction. When you realize that the greening faces for the infantry are actually masks and not their face, then it becomes more palatable, in my opinion. All right, sticking with Osark Bone Reapers, we have the Ark Klavos Xantos. There it is. This dude captain, right? And he has a malign spirit going on, dark lance if he wants to, or you can build him with a sword. It's pretty cool. It's a neat little model right there. There are some models for the Osark Bone Reapers that I'm not crazy about, like the alligator dude. Like, I am not crazy about. Of course, we have Nagash, which I really need to paint because I have had him. I think he was my first passion when it came to when I restarted Age of Sigmar. It was the end times. This model just came out, and I hated Clown Nagash. And here we have Nagash, and I just gotta sit down and paint him. Like, I don't know why I'm so intimidated, because so many people have done such a good job with him that I feel like a little intimidated painting him, but that's just silly. I always preach to paint bravely, so that's what I need to do. All right, Osark Bone Reapers. Of course, I have Catacross, and he was the Mortarch of Necropolis. I don't even know. The other one's like Mortarch of Delusion and Mortarch of Blood. This is the Mortarch of the Necropolis. Mortarch of the City, I guess. I don't know. But it looks like a fun dude to paint up. He has his retinue on there. He's bringing his whole retinue. Seemed like a fun thing to paint up. Okay. Next up, we have Osark Bone Reapers, the Horek Venzai. And once again, you have that same leader that we had before on his horse. And then you have a little bit of a bit of the 8 horses and two bannermen. Oh my gosh. It's nothing but horses upon horses, fast attack units on this one. And this is the Broken Realms one. Great box if you're into horsies and the Orcs Bone Reapers, which I kind of am. Alright, I didn't know where this one would fit because we do have the Skeleton Horde. And that's a start collecting box. It's oldish miniatures, still very dynamic. And I've actually painting up it wasn't the Black Knights, but the Ghost version of that. And that was the video that I said beware of Liquid Mask. It's one of my most popular videos because I was a butthead and I put Liquid Mask on Bones and had a nightmare. I didn't know that's how it reacted. I was just a noob doing noob things back then, but you know, I've learned my lesson and I can paint white now. Yeah, I can paint a lot of white now, so I'm not as intimidated as I was. So I'm looking at these models, and I've always been intimidated by them, and I'm just not intimidated anymore. But when it comes to this, like, I think he aligns with the Mortarch of Loyalty, I guess that's what it is. But if not, then whatever. I think he goes with the Bone Reapers. Speaking of which, I have a little necromancer. There it is, necromancing his way into you, babe. That's weird. That was I'm just trying to sing a song and it's not coming out right. All right, anyway, walking my way back to you, babe. Da, 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 da. Finecast Nightmare. I always said I didn't want to paint another Finecast miniature anymore. And maybe I don't. Maybe I'm going to sell this or give it away. I think maybe I'll do some giveaways on my channel. What do you think? I have a lot of extra miniatures. This might be it. This might be a giveaway. That'd be neat. Also, an upgrade screw, Van Carson upgrade pack. And these are banners and stuff like that. That might be kind of cool. Old school banners. Maybe I'll give that away. Probably very valuable stuff. What do I know? I don't know these things. I just collected. Maybe I'll do some research on it. Maybe I'll give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it to somebody who would love it. All right, so of course, gotta have another Mortar. I got all three of these, actually. So I think this was gonna be Manfred. I'll pick that one. The other one was Archaon. I don't know what the Mortarch of Archaon the Black is. Just a mini. He's just a mini Nagash. And then the Ferrata the First Vampire. Mortarch of Night, the Mortarch of Blood, the Mortarch of I have no idea, which is Archaon the Black. Mortarch of the Necropolis. I got a lot of Mortarchs. I like Mortarchs like I like Primarchs. A lot and often. Alright. Let's get into the Vamps since we're in Death Company. So I got the Vangorian Court. People don't seem to like the Vangorian Lord model or the Mother of Nightmare model. They just don't think that's a vampire. I don't care. It would look great in D&D. All this stuff goes well. Age of Sigmar goes so well into D&D as bosses and rank and file people and cavalry things. That's just not... The dire wolves on these are amazing. The fell bats are amazing. They're huge. And finally, we had some fell bats. They needed it. And the dire wolves were in dire need of upgrade. And the death rattle skeletons, which goes with the death rattle horde right here. We have the old ones and the new ones right there. Back to back. So I'm going to do a little bit of both because I've never done that. And it looks like a fun project. And I'm going to have them and have these as well. But not only that, I had to get the Revenant Court, Revenant Legion, which this one came out second, Mortarch of Night, and then this one came out first, I believe. But anyway, these are the ones. These are the big ones, right? So this one has zombies, and this one has the death rattle skeletons right there. This also has the death rattle skeletons. So this is a lot of horde. This is a horde box. This is more of an elite box, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. So I do have those. So yeah, pretty much covered with some vampires. I just got the vampire Age of Warhammer Underworld. Sorry, I get a little confused. So much stuff. All right, and then finally, for that, I do have the Grand Alliance of Death Blade of the Blood Queen. Very, very cool. It does have Neferata in there. Again, I have all the Mortarks now, Morgar's Archaea. And there's another one you can do. You can do with the spear, or you can do it with I don't know what it is, a scythe or something like that. We have a White King. He's not fine cast, so I might paint him up. And we have some Grave Guard, which is pretty cool. Again, old skeletons right there, making its way. You know, it's a horde army, so you need a lot of horde-y things to be relevant. And that's a lot of painting. There goes my sanity. I mean, with all this, did I really have sanity? I don't know. That's questionable. Okay, so feeding off the Feast of Bones, we do have the Beast Claw Raiders, and I was always told 2 boxes of these will do you well as far as setting up an army for you. Like, you don't need a lot. They're an elite army, so of course I got 2 boxes of those. And there's the Mornfam pack, or the Frost Lord, or I could do a whole bunch of kind of like things I can do. We have Skalg. I like that. Skalg. All right, I'll show you the back of the box. Looks like this. And right here is the Beast Claw Raider. So I have 2 of those. The Hungry Boys. I'm going to do that right there. And then I got this big old box of Hungry Boys. Battle Force Ogor More Tribes. That's what it is. Not all Beast Claw Raiders. This is Ogor More Tribes. I have an Alley Guzzler Gargant. I like the Gargants going on there. That's fun. This came with a Gargant, so I couldn't pass it up. Another Iron Blaster. What they suffer from, the Ogor More Tribes, is, you know, they have a lot of very slow units, so you need like ranged attacks. So this really fun to do, and I have a nice recipe on skin. It comes out really well, and I love to show you how I do that. Right, Reichlin Flesh, they come in clutch over there. Okay, back to the death factions. So we do have a lot of Nighthaunt. Let's go. So we have the Malicious Blade-Limbed Spirits, the Slasher Crone with slide limbs, the Dread Scythe Harridans. I think it's Harridans. What do you think? I don't know. I just do not want these suckers coming at me for D&D or for anything else. I mean, it's just Sigmar 2. It's going to be fun. But I do have the Nighthaunt, and that is a delicious army. Absolutely delicious army. We have Dreadblade Harrows right here. I always like these horses. I love the horses. I did like the horses for coming out of the grave for the spells for Flesh Eater Courts. So yeah, this is going to be fun to do. Moving right along. We have the Blade Geist Revenants, which is just swordy spirits, going swordy sword choppy chops. Eternally Tormented Specters. Gotta have Specters. Alright, 10 miniatures are in here, and it looks like fun. Alrighty, so we have Kudros Valentin, the Craven King. He looks like a wicked cool model to paint up, so I really wanted to get that in there into my collection and paint that up. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun painting him up. He does look like a really cool king, even though he'll never be an actual king. He's a Craven King because he always has to pay second fiddle to the Mortark Lady Orlander, the Mortark of Grief, always crying. He's all crying like a hound dog, crying all the time. All right, anyway. There it is. Mortark of Grief. And maybe I'll use Vince's Veiled Faces tutorial to help me paint this up. But yeah, another Mortark. I'm not a fan of the Mortarks being small like this. They should be big and over the top. So that's the only thing I don't like about that Mortark right there. This is what the army was based on. And the entire army, someone told someone, okay, so make it into the Banshee and take the Banshee and make that into an army. And I think that's what the creative team told everyone, or they told the creative team to do that. And they also took this Karen Wraith as well. So the origins of Nighthaunt right here. And I don't know why I have 2 Karen Wraiths, but there it is. Maybe I'll again do a giveaway. Who knows? Do all these things. Okay. I need to declutter here. All right. Speaking of, we have Garkor right there. I don't know. He's a Tomb Great Blade. That's pretty cool. Looks like pretty nasty business. Also has a scythe or kind of sickle. I don't know. That's pretty cool. So there it is. It's the 500th anniversary. I felt kind of like bullied in buying him, but so be it. There's Reklanor. Reklanor, the Grim Hauler. He looks BA, in my opinion. Very cool. Has that horse aesthetic. I think this is easy to build. It is easy to build, which is fine. That's cool. I hear it's a very easy army to paint. So maybe I should just do the Nighthaunt and get that over with. All right, we have the black coach here. I got 2 of these things. You'll see later. So black coach is pretty cool. I really like the runaway coach, and I love the horses, the ghostly horses. They just do it. They jiggle my fliggles. I don't even know what that means. Honestly, I just wanted to say something funny. And Jimmy my jams and Flimmy my flams. There it is, as Jay would say. All right, here's a Secretary Prime and a Morbane Banshee. This is just like a smaller version. It's just like 1 unit. And half of this box is no longer valid. So there's that. These are all easy to build kits. The Secretary Prime, though, I think you can use it for Warhammer Underworlds now. So there is that. I think I can use that for Warhammer Underworlds. So I have to check that out again. Let's see what I can do with that. Okay, so I have another Mortarch of Grief. So I definitely have to get, maybe give away a Mortarch of Grief. Who knows? We have the Greengrass Reapers. We have another black coach. We have more Dreadsides Harridans and more Bladeguard Revenants. Just got a lot of those things running up the field like a horde of things coming at you. Of course, you have Soul Wars right here. Soul Wars is fun. It's half of this box is invalidated. Oh, Games Workshop, what have you done? But the other half, the Nighthaunt half, is pretty cool. Very, very, very cool. And it looks like I have another Lord Arcanum on a Griff Charger. So there's that. That's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun painting this. These Knights, I guess you can call them. Stormcast Eternals. I forgot what chamber they were. This starts with a V, I think. But the Knight Encounter looks pretty cool. Summoning something. Maybe I'll put it into a diorama or something. That would be fun. All right, but there is the Soul War. And I have all the Knights and a whole bunch of ghostly things to go in there. So I have a pretty decent, I think, Nighthaunt army as well. Alrighty, so we are back. Let's get on with it and get started. I have the Orc War Clans, the Hobgrots, Slip Rocks. I got a lot of them because there's 20 miniatures in here. 20 miniatures in here, and if you are, sorry, I'm a little allergic to the dust. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, 20 miniatures. There are 20 miniatures in here, and if you're a D&D player like me, this would be excellent for your hobgoblins. Like, you could really have quite a bit of stuff fielding hobgoblins with this right here. This is a great box. All right, I'm going to put it on that side in just a bit because I did want to get in some more stuff with those hobgoblins as well. Of course, I have a Warhammer Dominion. I don't think these knights or these Age of Sigmar characters are invalidated. I think these are still valid in the new Age of Sigmar, which is great, you know. That's great. We have some Cruel Boys over here. Got a lot of stuff going on with the Dominion box set. There it is, in all its glory. So that's a great starter box. And of course I wanted to add to it with the Cruel Boys Swamp Lurkers, simply because I do like the character. And I just noticed that the Snatch Box on Slogger Beast, there's 2 builds on there. Do I have another one on this one? No, that's a killer boss on the Great Gnash Hoof. So there's that. Excuse me, I am sniffling right now. Oh my gosh, and I'm afraid to blow my nose because I had a bloody nose earlier this morning, so. But a lot of stuff going on here with the Cruel Boys. We got Gut Rippers, we have Manskewer, Bolter Boys, the Snatch Ross on Slugraker Beast, boss, Karak. You could do it as the name character as well. Oh, the Swamp Boss, Rumdrek Varaboss. Interesting names. And then we have the Killer Boss on the Corpse Ripper Vulture, or Gobsprek, the Mouth of Mork, going on right there. So either one of those. I like the Mouth of Mork better. I think that's what it's going to be right there. I wonder if I could do Orc clans and include these guys. I don't know. Or do I have to do them separately? Not sure. Not sure how that works. Okay, so next up, let's talk lunacy, as in the gloomspite gifts. This is the Bad Moon Shrine, which not much to see here, so Bad Moon Shrine. Okay, let's get that in there. Okay, and we have this sucker here, which I should have never bought. The Endless Spell for the Gloomspite Gits. Since they're so essential in this edition, I bought one, not realizing I have one. So maybe gift for the channel, for my viewers. Hook them up if you're a Gloomspite Gits player. I just have to repackage that and send it to you. Thank you, WB Games. WarBattleGames.com. Not sponsored, but thank you for selling that to me. Okay, so let's go over here. Gloomspite Glitz, the Start Collecting box that I don't think they make anymore. You have the Squig Herder, the Squig Herd as well. They are so much fun. You have the Moon Kata on the Loon Boss. Let's go. You go to the Loon Boss. Okay, I'm so sorry that I'm doing that, but Rock Troggoths are here. Ooh, there's like different kind of Troggoths. I did not know that. Unlucky Grot. That's so much fun. I did not know that they had those. These are awesome because I have quite a few of these. Now I can do variations, and I love having variations in my armies. That's important to me. Okay, so let's go into the next thing. With the Gloomspite Gits, we have the Dawnbreakers, which I really do like there. It has the Gabapalooza, which is a whole bunch of like little leaders. So much fun. We have the Rabble Rouser. We have the Squig Herd. Okay, we have another Squig Herd. Yeah, it's the same one. So a lot of little squigs going on here, and the Squig Hoppas as well. I think the Gloomspite Gits are just such a fun army to paint. I just did a video on the Warhammer Underworld's Warband, Moloch's Mob, and honestly, I don't know if I like that paint scheme. I don't think I'll do that paint scheme for the entire army for sure, but I guess for a one-off, it was okay. All right. Dawnbringers, all right, that's right. We have to have King, the Trog's Great Trog Herd, And there he is, one of the main characters. Over here is Trog, the Troggoth King. So we have an entire piece of, what is that? Looks like a nurgling, but it's not. I don't know. But he's like hauling some portal with him, just because. And then again, we do have more of the Troggoths as well. But that's a given. Great box. I think the art style in this was pretty cool. And I want to kind of like maybe be faithful to it a little bit. I think that's fun. All right, Spider Fang, Ragnarok Spider, only because I always thought this was cool, and again, it could fit into my D&D campaign. Just who doesn't like an eerie spider on the battlefield? Alrighty. And then we have the Stampeding Squigalanch. It's all squids. Oops, all squids. Where we have the Squig Herd and the Manhauler Squigs. And then we have the Squig Hoppers again. And we have the Loon Boss and the Giant Cave Squig, as well as the Loon Boss and Mangler Squids, which is really, really cool because I love the Mangler Squids. They look so much fun. Like they barely got it together. That's what I like about this little... the squigs, the Loon Boss and the Loon Shrine and all the motifs right there. It's like they barely got it hanging on. They're just coming in. Got some skulls? There's some skulls. Okay, I don't know why that's there because it's an unopened box of skulls, I guess. So now we're entering into the miscellaneous categories, which is just stuff that I didn't know where to put, so I kind of put it all together. That's not your regular stuff. So we have the Blood Bowls, and I have one Legion Imperialis that I have a plan for, and that's a Night Titan. I think that was pretty cool. With the Morty Quake Cannon, the Reaver Las Blast, or the Reaver Vulcan Cannon. It's interesting. I never... Legio Griffonyx or the Legio Mortis. I don't know. It's interesting, and I'm going to paint that up. And it's going to be really cool for a project that I'm doing with the Tau, actually, because this is smaller scale, so I have something planned for that. But that's neither here nor there. It's not Age of Sigmar. I could go. I think this was gifted to me, and it's mainly bits. Do some converting with this, I guess, or give it away. Give it away now. All right, let's talk about a little bit about Blood Bowl, because that's the thing. Wait, hold on. What is this? Ooh, Corvus Cabal, because I thought that was cool. Raven people is pretty cool, although I don't know if I'm going to get into the Raven Guard. Of course, I have the original Dwarven Giants for the Blood Bowl. Well, not the original, but when they did the remake for Blood Bowl #1. And I have the little gnomes. My wife loves the gnomes. I figure we can play those. Alrighty. Of course, I have Blood Bowl, but it's sunk behind a lot of boxes. I do have the Horus Heresy, the Betrayal of Calth. Never really got into the Horus Heresy, but here it is. And I threw that in there. Oh, here it is. Here's the Blood Bowl. We got Blood Bowl with the pitch and everything else. Pretty cool. We got some Humies and we have some Bruisers. Oh, the Orcs do come in this one. That's going to be fun. I wanted the Orcs. Now I have it. I don't have to worry about it. That's pretty cool. All right, awesome. Okay, so we're going to do that. Maybe put this onto the side, maybe? Who knows? Maybe put it in here or slide it in there. Yeah, that works. All right, next up, we have the Cursed City Warhammer Quest, which looks like a really fun game. I want to play this. And ever since it came out, I think it's really cool and I really want to play it. So, and the miniatures look amazing. I definitely want to do that. Now, they do have a thing that looks like a Vargul's Hunter. We can use it as a Vargul's or Vargeist Hunter. I mean, I don't care. I don't think people playing are going to really care if I use that as a Vargul's Hunter. All right, next up, I mean, some, yeah, yep, so I have a Tanjiro. That'd be an interesting kit. This is well off there. I do have a lot of cars, but I'm not gonna show that in this video. But I don't know why this made it in there, because I guess this is just as nerdy. So I'm being nerdy with that. Alrighty, so I have the Forbidden Power. Oh, back to Soul Wars, and the reason I got this was the penumbral engine. That was something I wanted to do. It seems like the next gates, you know. I forgot which gates. It's getting late. What time is it? 4:30 in the morning. Okay, anyway. Let's get through. I'm going to power through this with us. We will get through this together. I'm almost done, actually. So we have the Warcry starter set, the first one, right? Never opened, but great terrain. It has Iron Golems and Untamed Beasts. And then, of course, I got the Red Harvest, which has a lot of terrain, too. There it is. And I'll start showing you the back. Those are the Dark Oath Savagers and the Tarantulos Blood, which is spider people, which is pretty cool. I got the Raven people, I got the spider people. I think these two are not continued anymore because they came up with a new war cry, but you know what's new to me? And I don't care, I'll play older versions of stuff. I'm not intimidated by that. Okay, so maybe if I can send this forward, it won't be in the way so much. All right, so coming close to the end. So I bought this Founding Forge of Cities of Sigmar, simply because I was going to kind of use it in D&D, and they look like interesting knights that I could put onto D&D. I don't know if I'll do the gunpowder thing, but I might make it into magic missiles, like it'd be magic weapons or something like that. So there's that. And then with this Aether War, coming up to the end of this one, I don't know why I bought this. I think I got it on a really good deal. And I don't collect any of these armies. So if you want to commission me on any of these, maybe I'll do a giveaway. It's a really good box. So there's that. I'm going to put that aside in the last box over here. Last box. Okay, so we have here is the Wereka Bomb. Wrecka Mob. Only because I like the Orcs, and these kits look really awesome, and I want to paint them up for funsies. So I got a Christmas box for funsies. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I could pan out over here so you can get an idea of what I'm working with. I'm going to move over here so you can have an idea of what I'm working with. Okay. One last aside here, I do have model cars as well. Which one is this one? Well, that's a Corvette, okay. So I have a Challenger and a 68 over there, nice one. It's an Impala, looks like an Impala, it's a Roadrunner. Anyway, a Corvette, CR7, and we have another Corvette, a 63 convertible. One of my famous videos was the split window coupe, 50 Oldsmobile, and then some Ferraris, GTO, 250 GTO, which is classic, and a 240 GT, and then we have a Ford Mustang GT, and some awesome Vantera. That was from when I was a kid. I actually tracked that down because I wanted to build that. And then we have the Tamiya one, it's really good, Peugeot, and Mercedes-Benz. 308 GTD. Yeah, those are pretty cool. We have a Toyota Supra and a Castro Supra. And finally, we have a Le Mans GT40 on the bottom, hiding it. So there it is. That collection right there. All right, so let's do a pan back of this, and then that over there. So this is significantly less than my 40K collection, for sure. But still pretty decent. All right, anyway, I have issues. Okay, catch you on the outro. All right, so that is an incredible collection. Not as big as my 40K models, but certainly more. Now, I do have other models for D&D. I did get some Reaper miniatures Kickstarters, and there's a lot of minis that come in those. But I didn't want to show them off unless you really want me to show them off. If you do want me to show them off, making a video about those miniatures, let me know in the comments below. Also, I have a lot of 3D printed stuff if you would like me to showcase those things. Also, let me know down in the description. Well, thank you for coming along this journey with me. I was just actually categorizing and reorganizing my closet, and I said, hey, why not take a video of all this stuff, right? I was astonished about what I found, and a lot of repeats of stuff, which is concerning. But now it's all organized, and I gotta get back to that painting table. So, you have a good one. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.